Cooper, only 2 days, but what's it been like out here with Matthew Stafford?
It's been great. Yeah, it's been great. Kind of just getting back more reps. As much as we can, just getting reps on reps on reps, and we're trying to continue to build that chemistry, be able to kind of see the field the same way. It's been a lot of fun, just kind of talking football and just attacking every single day to try to get better and keep stacking blocks.
How's the knee?
His knee's great. Yeah, no issues.
How much has your comfort with Matt grown from where you were in OTAs and everything?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, we haven't had a ton of time. You throw routes on there and stuff, and in the time between OTAs and training camp. But you really meaningful reps happen out here when you're doing competitive stuff. That's when you get to have the conversations, see the defense. How are you really processing the information that's coming in and what the defense is giving you? So these reps are just so important to be able to get together and maximizing the communication between reps as well, so that that growth is happening on the spot. You're not lingering on and trying to deal with it after the fact. It's fresh in your mind, and just being able to collaborate together on that. And he's doing a great job back. You can see him hopping around to all the different receivers, all the running backs. I mean, he just wants everyone to be on the same page with him, and that's just going to make a great thing. The entire offense is moving to the same drum beat. It's going to be a special thing for us.
In those reps, like you said, that are meaningful, what are you seeing from him that we wouldn't see as a wide receiver?
Yeah, well, I think some of the things, the subtleties in terms of how he's moving defenses, what he's doing with his eyes. He made a throw out here today that was just disgusting. He's looking guys off mid-throw where he's throwing across his body. I mean, the ball's out before receivers are looking. Just the subtleties within his drops and how he's manipulating guys. I think that's kind of the big thing that I've seen. And when you're really watching him, the command that he has already over some of these concepts. That's just going to get better with time as he gets these plays more and more and more. And it's tough. I mean, he's 57 years old or something like that. Learning a new offense right now. It's not easy to keep teaching an old dog new tricks, but he's doing a great job of kind of grasping our stuff and getting stuff going. So.
Was that
Go ahead, Jordan.
Was that in the red zone? That throw that you just talked about?
No, the one he threw was a fringe throw. He threw across the middle to Rob. He did a great job. I mean, he held the safety backside. It was something crazy. We had a bust on the play. The guy that was supposed to hold the safety on the backside busted his route. For him to still hold that safety and then no look this pass down the field and being able to, on the no look, moving an underneath defender was pretty insane. So it was a pretty unbelievable play.
Is that the one that's going to get sort of chopped up a little bit on film a little bit later?
I'm sure Sean will have something to say about it. It'll probably make the clips tonight.
Cooper, some of the early drills when you guys do, wide receivers against DBs, you do those all the time, thousands of times, but you do them here, fans cheer, and there seems to be an energy. Is that accurate?
Oh yeah, I mean, having fans out here, of course, there's an added energy, the adrenaline coming out here. I mean, there's something about the safety of practicing at Cal Lou where there's no one's watching. It's another thing to step out here into the arena, and you got fans watching you, and but when it's really when you step up to that line, when the cadence starts, it's kind of it all goes to white noise, and you just you versus the DB. So all that, just the I don't know. It's like back to middle school, elementary school. It's just football.
What are you seeing from the secondary as they try to work through?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so many good guys over there. I mean, even how we're doing it right now, we've got the first and second team. I mean, it's a competitive period, no matter who it is. You've got some great competitions back there, and whoever ends up being that we take into the our final roster. But I mean, those guys are exceptional football players, and they push each other. And just you get to see the way they push each other as well, and just the camaraderie they have together. It's special over there. So it's fun to compete against. I mean, you talk about the atmosphere of being able to come out here and compete against guys and these fans, but just you step up to the line, you better know what you're doing because these guys are it takes everything you've got to make sure you're on your P's and Q's and getting the ball completed.
Have you seen anything from them in mini camp and now here that wasn't evident? When everybody was processing the loss of JJ and Troy Hill.
Well, I mean, you can see some of the young guys coming up. I mean, that was obviously JJ and Troy are incredible football players. I love those guys. They did so much for me just in my career in terms of competing against them for the last few years and being able to bounce ideas off of them. They're incredible football player. So the Browns are very lucky to have him. But you see some of the guys coming up, some of the younger guys. Taylor coming back. Terrell coming back here. Jordan Fuller coming back. You see some of those guys at safety that are doing some really good things. So I'm excited about it. I mean, Jordan especially, he did some things during OTAs that was pretty insane, pretty freaky to see. So I think he's going to be a real good football player for us. And we got guys that are going to step up. At cornerback, we got the same thing. Just a whole stable of really good football players.
How's it going welcoming DeSean Jackson into the group?
Oh, it's been great. No, he's incredible. He's another guy. I mean, he's so freely shares the advice, the things that he's learned through the years of playing, and he's still got so much juice to him. I mean, you can see him. He's got the 2 longest plays probably of the year already. So he's got some stuff to him. So it's really fun to talk to him and see how he plays his game.
What's he like personality-wise? Is he like chatty? Is he quiet?
I wouldn't say he's chatty. I mean, he's laid back, but he speaks his mind, tells you what he's thinking, and isn't afraid to say what if he thinks something could be done better. He's gonna let you know.
I know
those mental stress periods we saw in the spring, where the play unfolds, but the quarterback doesn't necessarily throw the ball. Saw those again yesterday. What do those do for you guys, particularly when they come at the very end of practice like they did yesterday?
Yeah, well, I think there's something to being tired, being drained. I mean, you've gone through, it's not just through practice, but you've gone through meetings, lifts, more meetings, a walkthrough, come out here and practice, and be able to lock in and really be on your stuff for that period. And Sean also, I mean, during those periods, we might be moving slow, but between plays, I mean, it's going. The plays coming in, we might be doing our tempo stuff and being able to get in and out of plays quickly, way quicker than we'd be able to, during a game when refs are spotting balls and everyone's getting lined up. So you got to be on your stuff. You got to be able to see things. The defense is flying around. So those things are huge to be able to process exactly what's going on. And I think that's the big thing with football is it's a lot of, have you heard of OODA loop? You heard of OODA loop before?
OODA loop?
Look up OODA loop. Look up OODA loop. It's a military thing, but just being able to observe, orient, decide, and act. And that's football. Observe, orient, decide, and act over and over and over again. So the quicker you can do these things, the better you're going to be. The slower the game's going to be, the better you're going to be. So it's a great OODA loop exercise for me.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.